All right, hi folks. My name is Chris Jones, and I just wanted to pop on here with a quick video at the beginning to introduce myself, say hi, so that you could put a face with a name. I'm very glad that you found this. If you're looking for how you can use food to really take control of your health and the way that you feel, then you're in the right spot. If you're looking to lose weight and live optimally, this webinar is for you. Now, good news is you're not going to be expected to restrict your calories down to 500 or 600 a day. So if you're looking for that webinar on how to lose weight while restricting your calories next to nothing, that's not what we're discussing today. So all of this information that I'm going to be going over today has come from literally years, close to 7 years of my personal practice and what I've seen work and not work, quite frankly, while working with patients closely at my clinic. So I've compiled all of this. I've finally realized that I cannot help as many people as I would like in person. And so what I'm doing is putting this together in a plan that's easy to follow and easy to implement, and y'all are gonna get to hear about that today. So I'm very excited, and without any further pause, let's jump in. Okay, so again, how to lose weight without counting calories or starving yourself. That's what we're talking about today, okay? And I have a goal. My goal today, and my big promise for y'all, is that by the end of this webinar, I'm gonna show you how you can use food to achieve weight loss and optimal health. That's what it's all about, okay? Now, this slide, the triangle of transformation, this really is kind of the base plan, if you will, of how I get people the results that they do. Okay, it doesn't happen by chance. All right, so part of it is following a step-by-step strategy. I have that laid out nice and neat. It's very easy to follow, but I like to support people through that step-by-step strategy. So world-class support through every step I've found to be extremely important. And then also performance and mindset coaching, okay? I believe that that's another important aspect, and that's something else that is included when I work with folks and help them to achieve their health goals. So you've gotta have the right mindset. You've got to be ready to dive in and do it. Guess what? Thankfully, once you get going, it's not near as bad as you expect. In fact, plenty of people that I've worked with say that it's actually way easier than they expected. So when you have a step-by-step strategy and you have the right performance and mindset going into it and along the way, and you have that world-class support through every step, guess what? Amazing things happen. And so I'm excited to bring that to you today. This, again, is why I believe that the people that I've worked with are as successful in achieving their health goals and weight loss as they are. Okay. Now, if you stick with me until the end, we're going to talk for about 45 minutes today. But if you stick with me till the end, I have a special bonus for y'all, something that you can do, something you can implement right away to start feeling better. All right. My name again, Chris Jones. I am a chiropractor. All right. I spent the last 7 years, being a chiropractor since I graduated, and I fell in love with chiropractic in college. Once I learned the holistic mindset, I've always just kind of had in my mind that there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way, more natural approach than just drugs and medication. And so chiropractic was right in line with that. Now, the last 2 years, I've built and established a preeminent holistic health center in East Texas. So that's a picture of my office there at the bottom, Tyler Wellness Center. The picture on the top is me doing a wellness talk in the community. I like to do those We do about an average of 3 a month just to educate people and really bring, holistic health news to them so that they can learn and understand and be educated on new ways to take control of their health. All right. As I mentioned, speaking, spoken all over East Texas, over 100 hours in the last couple years. It's something that I used to shy away from, but I actually love it now. I actually look forward to talking and speaking publicly and being able to educate people and really give them, empower them and give them motivation to make these positive changes. Okay. Also, just a fun fact, I'm a certified graduate of the American Functional Neurology Institute back in 2013. And I did my senior dissertation in chiropractic school on the best natural ways to improve type 2 diabetes. The reason I chose that topic, it was an important topic to me, still is, but at the time my father was going through diabetes, and talk a little bit more about him shortly, but I just always feel like there's a better way than just taking a pill every day, taking a drug or a medication every day. And thankfully, he's had some amazing results, some natural improvements and natural results from diet and lifestyle modification that I've been able to help him with. All right. And I've helped hundreds of people achieve lasting weight loss. Now, again, Tyler Wellness Center, you see the picture to the left. That's where I am on a daily basis. Monday through Friday, that's where I work and see patients still. But what I've realized and what I tell everyone is that this is not set up to be a weight loss clinic. I don't want that to be the main focus. But guess what? When you help people naturally feel better with healthy food and avoiding the bad inflammatory foods, great things happen, and weight loss is always a positive side effect of that. So there's no way around it. I just don't want the main focus to be weight loss. I know that if we get their health in line, if we focus on healthy food and eliminate the inflammatory foods, and we get healthy lifestyle in line and a little bit of exercise, amazing things are going to happen. I've got some stories, some success stories, patient testimonials sprinkled in here. We'll be talking about those as we go. Now, a little bit more about me and my drive. What is your why? I think that's a really important question we all need to answer at some point in our life. I think the sooner the better, really. But what is your why? My family is a big reason I do what I do. Again, went to chiropractic school, graduated 7 years ago. It's very holistic education and training, meaning that we're always looking for the root cause. We're always looking for the natural way to address the problem. And so my father diagnosed diabetic over 10 years ago, out of control diabetes, was taking metformin. Next thing he knew, years later, was having to take more and more, and then eventually insulin. Thankfully, his family's tough sometimes, but thankfully he's finally kind of realized that there has to be a better way. I've been able to work with him, and he is so close to his doctor being able to completely eliminate his diabetic medication. His doctor's been able to reduce it dramatically. His blood sugar is so close to being normal, and his A1C is really darn close to being normal as well. So that has been awesome to watch, and he's been excited and just telling everybody that he's almost diabetes free the natural way. My mother, diagnosed with hypothyroidism about 10 years ago as well. But then we just found out about 3 or 4 months ago that she actually has the autoimmune form known as Hashimoto's. My wife, similar story, diagnosed with, there to the left of me, diagnosed with hypothyroidism at a young age of 16. And about 5 years ago, we found out that it was actually Hashimoto's. All right. So what I'm getting at here is that there's a couple autoimmune conditions in my family, diabetes. Thankfully, our daughter and my grandma, the youngest and the oldest, are healthy as can be. But these health issues strike close to home to me. And so I love helping people, whether it's a chronic health condition, whether it's weight loss resistance. I love and I'm passionate about helping people through these issues as naturally as possible. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How we do this, how do we achieve weight loss and achieve optimal health through healthy food and good quality lifestyle. Now, just imagine, okay, 5 pounds, 10, 30 pounds, 50 pounds. What about 80 pounds of weight loss? Seems almost unrealistic to some people, right? Even 5 or 10 pounds, losing 5 or 10 pounds doesn't even seem possible. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come in and tell me that they just can't do it, that their body doesn't respond, right? They've tried everything. I mean, I've heard it all. They've had personal trainers and diet plans, and they've restricted their calories, and none of it works. But guess what? I don't mean this offensively, but if that's you, you're just doing it. You've just been doing it the wrong way. There absolutely is a good natural way that you can do this, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Imagine being in control of your health. Imagine being in control and knowing what foods to eat on a daily basis. Imagine knowing what foods you need to avoid, the foods that cause weight gain, the foods that cause your metabolism to slow down, the foods that cause inflammation. You will understand that through this program. You're going to be educated on how to really eat. Not just what to eat and what not to eat, but you get meal plans and recipes. It's all put together. It's laid out nice and neat so that you can just go home and implement it. Imagine more energy. Everybody that I work with gains energy. That is just a natural byproduct of improving your body's health and feeding it what I call premium fuel. When you eat good, you feel better, you have more energy. Almost everyone experiences better mental clarity as well. So when you decrease inflammation, you nourish the body, give it the nutrients it wants, your brain says thank you, and you experience more mental clarity. No question, I tell everyone, you take the fuel off the fire. In other words, cut out inflammatory foods, okay? You will have less inflammation. This is profound for folks with joint pain. That's how there's a relationship between eating well and less joint pain. We see it on a regular basis. Stable mood, I see that in my sugar lovers. That was myself, before I really cleaned up my diet, I was addicted to sugar. All right, I ate it just about for every meal and every snack, sweet tea every day. But when you really balance your diet and take out the inflammatory foods, your mood will stabilize. You will stay away from those serious swings. Okay, so just imagine these things. What else would you do if you were feeling fantastic? If you lost 5 or 10 pounds, or if you lost 50 pounds and you felt great, what else could you really do? Starting a new exercise program, spending more time with kids and grandkids. These are some of the important things that the people that I've worked with have been able to do and accomplish. Okay. Now, one of my favorite examples is a 74-year-old lady. She was extremely diabetic, but she was just eating once a day. She was well overweight. Okay, 74 years old. Her husband would come in with her to every appointment. Had to. She couldn't get in and out of the vehicle by herself. Okay, eating once a day, taking tons of medication, and quite frankly, just in a really poor state of health. In fact, we talked about that at the beginning when she first came in. She just didn't do much. Didn't do much around the house, cleaning, none of that. Gardening, absolutely not. Didn't even get out to go shopping. Didn't feel like it. Grocery shopping, anything. 2 months in, this lady was just living it and on fire, and it was awesome. We were having a consultation, and her husband, again, like I said, came to every appointment. And I asked her how she was doing. Her paperwork had indicated that she was feeling a lot better, and I asked her how she was doing, and he didn't say much most of the time, but he butted in and he said, she's feeling a lot better. He said, I've got the credit card bills to prove it. So this was between Thanksgiving and Christmas of 2016. And, like I said, she was homebound. She wasn't doing much. She was achy and just in bad shape. And in 2 months' time, she was up, cleaning, cooking, enjoying, doing things around the house, and apparently doing a lot of shopping for the kids and grandkids. And he was happy to tell me that. But it's just awesome to see what people can accomplish. 74 years old. Most people that age would write themselves off and say it's too late. But I can honestly say that, it doesn't matter your age. I've had people in their low to mid 80s that we've helped, and there just really isn't a cap or a limit on who can do this. Okay. So after doing this for 7 years, I've learned a lot from working with a couple thousand patients, okay, over this time. Now, one of the main things I've realized is that people don't want more information. They want transformation. I mean, how many books can you read? How many magazines or Facebook articles can you read and click on and see before you've got to actually do something. You've got to have that transformation. That's what people want, and that's what you get from this program. So it is not just more information to throw in the pile. Okay, we are all about transformation, and that's what you'll see. Okay, people generally have tried everything to lose weight, and what I mean by that is that I've talked with literally thousands of people, and the majority of them say, I've done everything. I've tried everything. I mentioned that earlier. I've had the personal trainer. They put me on a special diet plan. I did all this stuff. I drank nothing but water and ate great, but nothing really happened. Or maybe they lost a little bit, but then gained it all back, right? So people literally have tried many, many things to lose weight. All I can say is that when they come into our office and start implementing these lifestyle changes that we help them with, the results, they speak for themselves. So it's transformative. It's really concentrating, again, on eating healthy, anti-inflammatory foods and avoiding the inflammatory ones. Okay, that's the main gist of this. Another thing that I've realized after doing this for several years is that 95%, when held accountable, they're successful, 95% of the time, versus the people that want to do it on their own, they're only successful 43% of the time, so it can be a pride thing, but willpower, it is only going to get you so far. When you've got accountability, when you have somebody there to talk to and keep you motivated and keep you accountable, you're going to be successful 95% of the time. So think about that in other areas of your life, not just diet and nutrition and weight loss, but guys, anything, exercise or business, you need accountability. Okay. I've discovered this the hard way. Y'all are going to get to cheat, and you're going to get the easy way. Again, after about 7 years of putting all this information together, you're going to get the easy version. That's what I love to do, is help people implement this. And guess what? When people start doing this, they're extremely successful. It's not something that's too hard to do. It's not something that people start and then quit. It's fairly easy. In fact, I always tell people what's hard is doing something you're unaware of. Is doing something you don't know how to do, that's difficult. But if I can lay it out for you and keep you accountable through that, great things happen. Okay. You know, the hard way, you know, paying a lot for personal trainers, you know, that, not that that's a bad thing, but again, if you're exercising yourself into the ground and you're not getting the results you want, guess what? You're doing it wrong. The whole lemon water, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper liquid detox. In my younger years, actually tried this. I don't know if anybody else has actually done this, but guess what? You know, that is the hard way. You know, after the first day, gosh, after the first 6 hours, you're going crazy. You know, lemon water, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper liquid detox. You know, if that's not crazy, like, you know, you don't have to do these things in order to achieve the health and the weight loss and the goals that you're going for, okay? You get to eat real food. How about that? All right. You know, you get to eat real food. It sounds crazy to some people, but it's awesome and it works. Okay. Another hard way is eating a completely raw diet. You know, again, nothing wrong with trying that, but it's pretty difficult. You know, I've tried it just for a few days just to see what it's like, and it's not easy. Guess what? You know, you pretty much take out just about any restaurant that you can go to when you're trying to do that. So you're just limiting yourself. And it's, again, thankfully, you can eat real whole foods every day and feel fantastic. And that's what I help people do. Okay. This is, so the Ab Lounge or the Ab Rocker, right? So about a year ago, I saw this in a Goodwill, and I think it was for sale for like $2, right? And it just kind of made me laugh because so many people fall into these traps. And you know, you see the commercial for this product, and there's a buff tan guy and a buff tan girl promoting this, and you don't guarantee they didn't spend any time on it, but you buy something like this, you get it home, you get it put together, you start bending your fat, right? So you literally just sit there and you're bending, and guess what? Nothing happens. So who do you blame? You blame yourself, right? You give up, you blame yourself, you say that you're just not disciplined enough, or you know, it just doesn't work, or you know, it's just not cut out for you. But again, it's not that it doesn't work, it's just that you're doing it wrong. And so sometimes it's misinformation or just the wrong information. All right. Exercise absolutely has its place. Hear me out. It absolutely has its place. But if you're doing something silly like that, it's just not the right way. Okay. Do you want the easy way to lose weight and keep it off? Guys, I know that's why you're here. That's what we're going to be talking about. This is going to be, again, great information. So stick with me here. Now, real quick, patient testimonial. Before coming to Tyler Wellness Center, I was feeling very unhealthy. I suffered from severe reflux. I slept about 4 hours at night, had some brain fog at times, and needed to lose some weight. After 2 months on Dr. Jones' program, I couldn't be happier with the results. I have no more reflux. I sleep 7+ hours at night. Brain fog is gone, and I've lost almost 30 pounds. The methods are easy. In fact, she said the methods are so easy. I simply went back to the basics of healthy living with Dr. Jones' help. My friends and family have already noticed a big difference in my lifestyle and health as well. I highly recommend Tyler Wellness Center to anyone looking for a natural approach to wellness. All right. Again, a middle-aged lady, just ready for something different and ready to take control of her health in a natural way. And, you know, I just like to highlight these things because, you know, so much of it is focused on weight loss, and that's perfectly fine. I've realized over the years that even though I don't really set up my clinic to be a weight loss clinic, that's what a lot of people want. They want to lose weight. They want to keep it off, you know, but guess what? You can do that, and you can really improve your health overall and experience other great things like less brain fog, sleeping better, less reflux, and things like that. Okay. Again, I've tried every diet in the book. My body just doesn't respond. I mean, these are things that I hear on a regular basis. When I talk to people about changing their diet, changing the way they eat, this is what I typically hear. But if you are ready to take control, if you're ready to eat real food on a daily basis, then this is absolutely for you. Okay, I know you may have tried a lot of different things, but again, it's not that your body can't lose weight. It's just that it hasn't been done the right way yet. Okay, so the 3 secrets or 3 tips that I want to give y'all today. Number 1, stop counting. Okay, you have to stop counting calories. Stop restricting your calories as well. We're going to talk more about it. But these ways are really cumbersome. They're very difficult. And quite frankly, they leave you hungry. Okay. Number 2, secret number 2, stop exercising to exhaustion. I do not have people start exercising until they're ready for it. In other words, most people, they're too tired, they hurt too much, they have no motivation, they just don't feel good, and it's too difficult to exercise right off the bat. But guess what? Focus on food, improve your health, improve your energy, improve your motivation naturally with food, because it will do that. And within a month, within 2 months, heck, even if it's 3 months, you will naturally start to want to exercise, and that's always the cherry on top. Secret number 3, have a plan and accountability. I really think that this one in particular, secret number 3, is the most important for long-term success. From what I've seen over the years, is that when you have that plan and accountability, walking through it, great things happen, and it sticks. This is an education process, okay? And you get to be guided by me, and you get that accountability. And again, it's a fantastic system. So again, secret number 1, you've got to stop counting and restricting your calories. This should be refreshing and great news for a lot of people. You know, I've had buddies that have done the HCG diet, and real quick, the premise is taking an injectable HCG hormone that helps your metabolism supposedly, but then you also reduce your calories to about 500 or 600 a day. And yes, my buddy lost weight. He did this for, I believe, a month or 2, and yes, he lost weight. But guess what? After he stopped the program, you cannot maintain a 500 or 600 calorie diet. It is extremely difficult. That's what we call hangry. You're just hungry all the time. You want to eat. 500 or 600 calories isn't enough to sustain. So you start eating more, and guess what? You gain your weight back plus some. All right. You do not have to do this. You do not have to count. You don't have to restrict calories. When you focus on eating healthy food, good healthy meats, good healthy fats, olives, olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, great things happen. You need healthy vegetables. You need healthy fruits in your diet. Okay? You're going to be eating real food, and great things happen. People that do this plan consume more calories on my plan than any diet they've ever done, and they still lose more. Guys, quality over quantity is huge. The type of food, the quality of the food absolutely matters, not the calories. And this doesn't mean you need strictly organic grass-fed. If your budget allows for it, great. But the quality matters. You need to focus on anti-inflammatory foods. You need to cut out inflammatory foods like gluten, dairy, soy, Okay, fried foods, just some of them that you need to cut out and need to avoid. When you focus on good, healthy food, in fact, this is what I tell everyone. Food either takes you closer to health or closer to disease. It's your choice. So again, focus on the right kind of food. The quality matters. Fast food, good grief. It is not real food. It's highly processed. And it's extremely difficult for our body to digest and get any good nutrients from it. Okay? So quality of food absolutely matters. Secret number 2, stop over-exercising. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with people that they say, well, Doc, I'm exercising 6 days a week. I'm at the gym at least an hour to an hour and a half each day. They rotate between treadmill, cardio, and weights, or maybe it's a class at the gym, but it's 6 days religiously and nothing's budging. This may be some of you, okay? This may be some of you. I've seen it an awful lot. And again, it's not that your body can't respond. It's just that you're going about it kind of the wrong way. Now, this may work for a lot of people. Busting your tail in the gym every day works for some people, and I typically see it working more in the younger folks. When you're 20, maybe 25 still, you can get away with busting it in the gym and eating pretty much whatever you want. Okay, but again, there comes a point in time when you've got to really concentrate on food and what you're fueling your body with. Anti-inflammatory food is most important to put in your body on a regular basis, and avoiding things that sabotage your metabolism and sabotage your body, like gluten and dairy and soy and fried food. Okay, too much sugar. These things, they just make it really difficult. So again, in the past, it may have worked. You go to the gym 6 days a week and bust it, but eventually you've got to concentrate on what you're putting in your body. Another little testimonial. So in 2 months' time, chronic knee pain. She had it the last 3 years, averaging a 7 to 8 out of 10, 10 being the worst, daily pain. And now it's gone in 2 months. Just so you know, I did not physically touch or treat her knees, but this is through diet. This is through eating healthy. Okay, she's able to use a treadmill pain-free for the first time in years. She has lots of energy now. She's nearly symptom-free digestion. Okay, and no longer having low back aches and pains. This is in 2 months. All right. So again, yes, she lost some weight, but she didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose to begin with. But the quality of life that you gain from taking control of your health and feeding it the foods that it wants, great things happen. Most people, back to exercise, most people I work with do not exercise for the first month or two, and they still lose weight. All right. That is not a typo. Most people I work with do not exercise for the first month or two, and they still lose weight. I tell everyone, as I mentioned briefly before, let's focus on food first. Food will take you the furthest in terms of your health and losing weight and how good you feel. It's about food. Exercise is the nice cherry on top. Yes, exercise and weightlifting and cardio has its place. It can absolutely take your weight loss and your health to the next level. But again, most people don't feel like doing that in the beginning. They're tired, they're worn out, their joints hurt, they don't have the energy. And it's just a natural progression. Once you clean up your diet, you'll start feeling better. You're gonna start losing weight. That joint pain and inflammation is gonna calm down. And the next thing you know, you're ready to implement some exercise. You're ready to get the extra benefits from a workout program. Secret number 3, Again, success is found in having a plan and accountability. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So, guys, I really feel that this is the most important one. You have to have a plan and you have to have accountability. When I work with folks, I know that this is what keeps them going. This is what keeps them, achieving and maintaining and achieving the results that they do. Most people tell me as they're going through it that, having a plan and this accountability and meeting periodically, it's what they needed. Okay. Again, that whole willpower thing, it only gets you so far. It can be, one of the most stubborn, hard-headed persons in the world. And you just don't get as far. In fact, one of my favorite quotes or sayings, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone. Okay. So accountability, you've got to have it, whether it is a workout program, whether it's in business, just in life, spiritually, you need accountability. This is something that I've been realizing more and more myself in the last few years, but I really see it in the people that I work with. Okay. It is just, there's too many bumps in the road. There's too many hiccups that come along and throw you off course. But when you have somebody there to talk to about it and encourage you, if you're having a bad day or you eat, it's the holidays or whatever, and you don't eat well, you guess what? The next day you can jump back in and start doing better and get back on board. And when you have that accountability, you have that plan to follow, you're going to be more successful. Are you able to fly a plane after reading a book? That may seem like a really strange question, but the reason I love this thought and this slide is because you can't just read a book and figure it all out. Now, yes, obviously flying a plane, probably a little more difficult than diet and nutrition and learning what to eat. But if you were to want to be a pilot, you can't just read a book. You would have to go through classes to become a pilot. You would actually have an instructor, right? You'd have tests. And eventually you're going to get in a plane with the pilot, with the instructor, and you're going to fly the plane together. And really, the way that I've set this program up, the Your Best Body program, I've set it up the same way. Some of this information you're going to get is through reading. Some of it is through kind of working together. Again, that accountability thing, the motivation thing. And then some of it is just through kind of me mentoring and, again, working you through this to get the best result. So again, how much information can you take on? How much information can you read and hear until you finally put it into action? Okay, so you need that accountability. You need that plan to make this work. All right. Another little testimonial. While talking with her on her first visit, she stated she felt like crud. She had gained 70 pounds since 2008. Felt like she was swollen all over and had nerve pain in her neck. Fast forward to today, 4 months later, and she's put together quite an amazing little testimony. For starters, her energy has improved from 5 to 9 out of 10, 10 being the best. She's dropped 35 pounds in 4 months. That's amazing. And more importantly, understands that having a bad meal or two doesn't mean she ruined her diet. It simply means refocusing the next meal on clean, healthy, and nourishing foods. That's what it's all about. Okay? I do not preach perfection. I'm not perfect. My wife with an autoimmune condition has a strict diet that she needs to follow. She's not perfect. Guys, you've got to do well as often as you can. Okay? The moment that you start thinking that you have to do perfect 100% of the time, I feel that you've already set yourself up for failure. So, and that doesn't mean that you just, 50-50 hope, hopefully you make the right choice every once in a while. No, it's with intention. You make the right choice as often as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. We gotta be proactive. This is just kind of a funny slide. Part of the problem is a lot of people that I talk to, like at these workshops that I do around town, I talk to a lot of people where they're just not being proactive. If you want to take control of your health, if you want to feel as good as you possibly can, guess what? That's not your doctor's responsibility. Too many people think that, their doctors, you complain about your doctor, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Well, guess what? They are handcuffed. They can pretty much run very basic minimal labs and write prescriptions. It's maybe a wake-up call, but that is not the answer for you feeling as well as you possibly can. All right? So stop putting it out on somebody else, on your doctor or somebody else. You've got to be proactive. You've got to wake up and take control. And that's exactly what this plan does, is it gives you control of your diet, of how you feel, how well you feel, and it gives you control of your health. Okay, it truly is an educational process that I walk you through. Food, purpose of food, that which is eaten to sustain life, provide energy, and promote growth and repair of tissues. Guess what doesn't work very well at doing that? Fast food, processed foods. Guys, if we're eating that junk, our body wasn't made to break it down, digest and absorb it. And it's just, there's not much nutrients in it, okay? We've got to eat real whole foods. We've got to eat the right kind of foods and minimize the bad. Here's a quote that I love, all right? I think this really embodies what I do and how I help walk people through the process. So tell me, and I may remember. Show me, and I will remember. Involve me, and I will understand. This is a Chinese proverb, and I think it's just so important. Again, it's like the whole information thing. You can gain and gather all this information. You can read books and you can listen to speakers and information all day, but involving somebody, walking them through it, keeping them accountable, having that plan is the way that you teach people, educate them so that they can take control and truly be in control of their health, of their weight, and other goals that they have. All right. So getting close to the end, y'all, and as I promised, I was going to give you a bonus for sticking with me. So here it is. As I promised from the beginning, in order to start feeling better as soon as possible, I think this is the most important thing you can do. Cut out all gluten and grains from your diet. When? Now. Absolutely. Do it as soon as possible. Now, preferably. Stop eating wheat, barley, rye, even corn and rice. Okay? If you cut these grains and you cut the gluten out of your diet, you will be surprised. I typically see within a couple days, folks are noticing some benefits. Now, it may not be that you lost 10 pounds in 5 days, but I guarantee weight will start to come down. I typically see people that they experience kind of like they're wiping the fog from the mirror. They say that their mental clarity is better. Okay, gluten is inflammatory. Joint pain, a lot of times, will decrease. Of course, weight comes down. Energy, energy increases. Your body doesn't have to fight through all that inflammation. It's gonna take a deep breath and say thank you, and you're going to start feeling better from it. So no questions asked. Probably what I consider, and I've seen clinically to be the biggest help, just quickly, is cutting out gluten and grains from your diet. Now that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, but again, extremely important. So if you've dabbled in it, if you said, oh well, I've tried it, but you didn't really strictly cut out gluten and grains, then you can't say that you really did it. Okay, so if you truly do this, it will absolutely make a difference. You can't procrastinate, all right? You can't procrastinate. This cat is, again, an example of how so many people look at their health. Obviously, just kind of as a joke, but seriously, that beer does contain gluten, so you even got to cut that out. That doesn't mean you can never have alcohol, but it's better to pick the ones like wine or something else that doesn't have the gluten. It's not a double whammy. You've got to stop procrastinating, guys. You've got to take control of your health. Okay, we've already talked about it. It really is up to you. It really is up to you to take control of your health. I feel that I can help you do that with this Your Best Body plan. Okay. This is one of my favorite stories, favorite patient. She is still rocking it, still succeeding a year and a half later, guys. I will never forget when she came in to see me. She was in pretty bad shape, and you may have read a little bit about her story previously, but almost lost her. She ironically just coincidentally had an appointment scheduled with her medical doctor the day after she first saw me. And after her appointment with her medical doctor that next day, she called my office and she was crying. She was so upset. Her medical doctor told her that changing her diet wasn't going to do anything for her. She said, it's kind of useless. I had a good talk with her that day, and she stuck with me. And guys, I mean, it's been nothing short of amazing, really. So 79 pounds gone. I mean, she was, she self-admitted mood issues. She dealt with some depression and anxiety. That's all gone. She, as you can see, is rocking out at the local Pure Barre class. It's one of the first ones at that gym to reach 100 classes. So she's just on fire and exercising all the time. She feels great, and just been such an amazing inspiration to a lot of people in this community. Okay, so she's actually a college professor and rubs elbows with lots of people, and so it's just been cool to hear her story and even people that she's met and talked to about her transformation. So 79 pounds, totally different person. Okay. Now, I just have to say, just a little disclaimer, results are not typical. The amount of weight you lose depends on several factors, including but not limited to one's activity level, medications you're on, stress levels, sleep, and hydration are just a few factors that can affect weight loss. Obviously, the more overweight one is, the more weight they have to potentially lose. And since everyone's different, I don't expect everyone to lose the same amount of weight. Here's a guy, again, in 2 months. I think 2 months is just a kind of a crucial amount of time. People typically feel better before 2 months. I mean, almost everyone feels better before 2 months, but that's a good amount of time to really let these lifestyle changes and this diet take hold and see some really amazing things. So Tim came to us 8 weeks ago wanting better overall health. Some of his concerns were difficulty losing weight, suffered from out of control diabetes, anxiety, depression, reflux, gas, and bloating. Blood work from his medical doctor visit this week showed that his A1C had dropped from 7.9 to 6.3 in just under 2 months. Now, it's a little bit outside the reach for this webinar, but for a diabetic, that is an amazing improvement, an awesome improvement in just 2 months. Okay, it's huge, getting close to the normal, which is just under 6. He's also lost 40 pounds, decreased his reflux, and improved his energy. So 40 pounds, you know, and one of the things that he said when he came in is he's having difficulty losing weight. So there he was in 2 months, lost 40 pounds, decreased reflux, and improved his overall energy. Okay, so guys, the past 45 minutes or so, hopefully you would agree it's been time well spent so far. I've enjoyed doing this webinar. I hope it's been informative. I hope y'all have learned a lot, and I hope it's been inspirational. That's the goal, is to give you information and hope and help you realize that there absolutely is a better way to do it. Unfortunately, I can't cover everything you need in this one webinar. Even if we had all day, it's just not possible to cover everything. So I've got a special offer so you can get everything you need to know what to do. All right. So the only thing left to do is sign up for a free 15-minute phone consult with me. Okay. You are going to have the opportunity to sign up for a free 15-minute phone consult with me. And guys, looking into the future, if all you got from this plan was the foods to eat and the foods to avoid for optimal weight loss, then this program that I've got would be absolutely totally worth it. Okay, so in other words, if I just gave you which foods to eat and which foods to avoid for optimal weight loss, that in and of itself is amazing and life-changing information. But you get so much more, right? I've laid out meal plans. I've laid out recipes for snacks, for smoothies, for lunches and dinners. We've got an herb and spice guide, which ones to use, which ones to avoid. Yes, believe it or not, spices and seeds and some of these seasonings can actually promote inflammation and sabotage your health. So we have which ones to eat and to avoid. Guys, I've got a grocery shopping list complete with healthy meats, healthy oils, healthy condiments, healthy vegetables, healthy fermented foods, healthy fruits. We have the gluten-free flours that you should be using if you're going to be cooking and baking with those. And then even, again, snacks, healthy snacks that you can get from the store or make on your own. So, guys, we really have done the heavy lifting here. It is a complete plan, and then the accountability and being able to be, just kind of guided through that. It assures success. Okay. So another amazing transformation. This is Miss Sally, and on the left there, that was actually 2 weeks in. Visibly, really about the only change I could note then was that she just came in and she was all smiles. She was all smiles. She was absolutely excited. In just 2 weeks, I forget the exact numbers, but her energy was so much better. She wasn't doing much either. She didn't feel like cooking. Her joints were on fire. She didn't have any energy, had no motivation, and just didn't know where to start. But then, again, in just 14 days, when I saw her in the office, she came in all smiles, was telling me how much she was doing around the house, and just enjoying, the cooking and the process, and really learning along the way. I worked with her for several months, and then I got an email update just a few days ago that she had lost 80 pounds in 7 months, as you can see on the right there. Okay, Totally transformational, totally life-changing in 7 months. Guys, you can't put a price on that. You really can't. You know, to take somebody that's just kind of stuck at home, going through life, just not feeling well, and to truly transform their life and give them energy and educate them and teach them how they can be in control, because that's what it's all about. So absolutely taking information and transforming people's lives. Okay, so she has quite an amazing story, and I'm sure some of you out there could relate to, where she started. All right, so what to do next? You will be prompted once this webinar ends to enter your name, phone number, and email. If you are interested in hearing me, talk about, what's next, like, you've watched this webinar, you've seen some amazing testimonials, you've gotten some really, really good advice, but what's next? It's a free 15-minute phone consult with me, okay? So if you are interested in hearing more, I recommend that you enter your information right after this ends, and that is going to give us permission to contact you and set up that free 15-minute phone consult. I really do that because I like to personally meet each person and assure that we get you started on the best plan for you. So without diving too much further into that, what I mean by that is I have some plans that are a little bit shorter. I have a 30-day wellness plan, a 30-day your best body, but then I also have a 60-day. Okay, so some people want that extra time, they want that extra detox, they want that extra accountability, and so that's why I like to talk to you. Just like to get to know each person a little bit and make sure that they're in the right program, that they get started in the right program. It's my goal to, again, make sure that you're in the right one and doing what's going to be best for you. Okay, so I can answer any other questions. I will discuss, more details about each one, and of course the financial side. But if you're interested in that free 15-minute phone consult with me, please enter your name, phone number, and email, and you'll be contacted soon, and we'll get that set up, that free consult set up. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to starting that health journey with you, and look forward to seeing and hearing some amazing transformations in the near future. So thank you all. Have a great day.